seed name, but I don't think it's gonna matter. We're off! Oh, nice night-themed color scheme as we start off with Flashman versus Bubbleman.
Pretty good starting points. One of the things about the randomizer that there are definitely some stages that you want early. Flashman definitely being one of them. Probably in normal sets where we would have stage names on, you probably would save Bubbleman for a little bit later, hoping that you have at least item 2 to make the stage a little shorter. But in these sets, having Bubbleman is not too bad, although you're still going to have to deal with all the aquatic wildlife that's going to be in the water sections, as Bob is about to find out in a little bit.
And for those that have just tuned in, remember that this Mega Man 2 Randomizer tournament is zipless. You may use snaps, you may use buttons, but you cannot use zips. So, we gotta go through this long tunnel, which of course, we're already slowed down by at least 25% or so, hope you enjoy the bouncing crabs and shrimp.
It's a regular red lobster under this area.
Oh, and birds proving to be jerks for Siberian, I think preventing the easy E-Tank grab at the end.
It would have been hard already because we saw a couple of fan fiends along the way, and they definitely would have made some of these very wide jumps, well, not particularly wide, but it would definitely make some of the jumps a little bit more treacherous. As we find Airman in Flashman's room.
It's like the enemy set telegraphed it, but look at this! That's a Buster weak Airman, and thus we can defeat him. As Bob gets through the watermelon-flavored area, now just has to avoid the shrimps to get over to the arena, and Siberian now heading over there himself.
Yeah, get a little bit better than Bruce, but he manages to survive long enough to get to Bubbleman's room, and we're about to see who's going to be in said room.
It's Heatman, otherwise known as H. Bison. Whoa, that's I don't know if I want a slow Psycho Crusher in this arena. Oh! Telekinetic shots up top. Ouch!
Yeah, everything is affected by the water physics, even the atomic fire itself. So Bob basically getting boiled in this underwater heat stroke.
Now Siberian heading through the Red Lobster Tunnel, as we're apparently calling this. I'm enjoying this tune. I wish I could identify what it is.
We heard this before. This was Blaze Heatness from X6. We had that in the previous seed.
I still haven't memorized all the tunes, but unfortunately Siberian will have to remember to go through this cavern a little bit more carefully, because even though this is rando, spikes are still one-hit KO. Bob finding Heatman stage, but no item 2 yet. I know some folks in chat like to see item 2 on Heatman's arena instead, just to cause a little bit of chaos for our runners, but I don't think the runners want that.
Right now we got ourselves a pseudo-annoying set with Prop Tops and Mitchells on the way, but where they place now, they're not being particularly well. Hang on, we got a chase it. We got a little bit of a chaser, almost knocking Bob down, but Bob was able to regain his footing and is able to keep going.
And Siberian trying to use iframes to avoid the boomerang tossers.
And we're gonna have Siberian Bull on his way to Bubble Room, where a very slow burn boiling heat man awaits, which is actually Buster Soft Week, so it's not going to be as annoyingly long as it definitely could have been, especially with the underwater physics slowing most of the things down.
And now, this early in the game, would you go hunting for a wall weakness in Bob's case?
It's a bit of a player's preference. You can dig for a weakness and be lucky enough to find it early and have that information early. Personally, for me, I would like to have all my weapons in tow so I can check everything at once. Because if you're not finding your weapon as soon as possible, you might as well just be saying that you're willingly wasting time. But of course, like I said, that's a player preference.
Alright, Siberian dealing with pokies and rabbits through the spike corridor. as we have Cossack Stage 3-4, which is a good tune, but I'm partial to 1-2 myself.
This is 1-2.
I could have sworn this was... I did mix up 1-2 and 3-4. Dang it! Knew I was going to.
It's fine, Sabir. It's fine, Wolfman. It's fine. As I was trying to focus on Siberian Bull, I almost made myself live before getting slept. As we got ourselves a Joe Factory on the second half of Metal Man stage. This could be a little treacherous, but we do have some one-shot Joe Max. As we find quick boomerangs to be very effective on Quickman himself in Heatman's room. So very quickly dispatched by Bob as we find item 2 in Heat.
Alright, Chad is happy with that. And while Siberian is trying to get through this mini portion of Rockman minus Infinity, apparently.
Oh, didn't you forgo to grab that other E-Tank? The one E-Tank he thinks is enough, as he just got himself quite a bit some good drops, getting a couple of large health as Bob's going through Quickman stage, about to see what's happening in that stage.
That second E-Tank, is it even possible to get and then survive the pit jump without an item?
With pause buffering, yes.
Yes, I forget about pause buffering. Oh, hi there, Atomic Chickens. What are you doing here?
Meanwhile, we got Siberian Bull actually exploiting Crash. Crash is a boss that only reacts when you fire, and with the ability of the quick boomerangs, where you actually hold the button and it still fires, you can actually keep Crashman grounded as Siberian Bull dispatches Crash and gets item 3 for his troubles.
Now, as Siberian Bull goes through Airman's stage, which is, I believe, Cutman's music. I really hope I'm not mixing that one up now.
That one is 100% correct. This is Cutman.
Bob is going through the evil beam room of death and destruction and is mostly through. Just one more hallway to go and done.
Meanwhile, Siberian Bull is having a relatively easy time. We find Metroids, but I think the Metroids came in really late. So Siberian Bull had quite an easy time. The Metroids coming really late to the party, not even stalling Siberian Bull at all as he makes it to the halfway point of Airman stage. As we find Bubble and Quick Room.
And it's Bubble versus Bubble. Bubble does not win. Was that quick boomerang just hanging out? Okay, it's not the greatest weakness, but it does damage at least. Oh, but the bubbles also do damage to Bob. Has to redo that.
So once again, we got the Joe-friendly skies up here in Airman stage. A lot of Joes, which I now know that the actual Joes themselves are Buster immune, resorted to the quick boomerang use as Siberian Bull did in Metal. But now we're about to see who's going to be in Airman's room as Bob dispatches Bubble in that fight.
And it's Metal Man in Airman's room. With, I don't know if I would call this a Buster weak Robot Master, but it's easy enough to take Metal Man out with it.
It's not a secondary weakness that does 4 damage, but it still does the job. And we actually had some black metal blades that were in the room when Metal Man darkened the area. So we had no idea where he was throwing his blades to. As Siberian Bull goes to Crash, we receive fat fans on the first screens. So one of the things that we know, thanks to that information, that the moving platform rules will indeed have those fan fiends.
That's not going to help, and note the tracker information at the top. Shoutouts to our tracker, Kame Seinin. I hope I said that right.
Kame Seinin.
Thank you. I don't think the, item 3 will work on, the lack of walls over here, so we have to go for a ride. Actually,
well,
where are the fans?
I think there might have been another enemy set that was supposed to be here as well. Either maybe birds or Metroids. Those two enemies are kind of stuff that kind of never appear in these areas. So if you get a clear area, enemies that usually likes to respawn, like the atomic chickens, the birds, the meteoroids, they're usually absent when you get into these areas. So actually, Siberian Bull got very lucky that there were only just one fan fiend that was in the area, and it was actually blowing in the opposite direction of where Siberian Bull was actually going. Not ignoring Bob as he goes finishing the treehouse in Woodman stage, and he's just about a few screens away towards going to Woodman's boss room.
Okay, that gear was just clowning around over the ladder. Not the greatest situation, as we have copter stompers, and hopefully we're just gonna fly over. Oh, bird being a jerk. Come on.
God bless the randomizer. You think you can give free air clearance, but the randomizer sometimes says no. Plain and simple. So we got Bob going to Woodman's room, where we find ourselves a vanilla Woodman. So, yeah.
And immediately launching the leaf shield, going for the offense, forcing Bob to use an E-tank, but Woodman's Buster Week, so gotta take advantage of it.
Yeah, I like to call that the accelerated leaf shield, where we got ourselves Woodman throwing his leaf shield at a bit of a false start before it actually accelerates as far as at its normal trajectory.
And we have confirmation from Duckfist, the programmer of this rando himself. There was a spawner and despawner enemy in the same rooms during the Crashman Ascensions, and so that's why nothing was spawning. Also, that's where our item 1 is.
You hate. Actually, that is actually pretty cruel. This seed is actually very, very cruel with items. We know that Heatman has item 2, but Crashman having item 1 in a stage where you would like to have that to make some of the vertical ascents, especially in the moving platform rooms, being stuck in that stage, this seed is being really cruel with the items.
So what's the worst stage to put item 3 in, then?
Your guess is as good as mine. But seriously, probably that will also probably be Crash, because it will actually help with the final Crash climb. So having item 3 locked in Crash would probably be just as bad.
Alright, Bob having to pass up another E-tank. Now, Siberian is able to test the walls here. Question is, will he?
I'm pretty sure he would. I think Siberian Bulls are the type that definitely would check weapons if need be. And like we're no, I guess he's proving me wrong. We're gonna see if he does it for the last wall as Bob takes out Airman in his flash, and he opts not to make the check.
I only saw one check, and that was Metal Blade. That didn't work out. And oh, yep. Everyone has to go across the Yoku blocks today.
100% required, since the item 2 is locked in this stage.
I still have not memorized this that well. Oh, nice use of item 1 for safety. And thus, we are clear to the boss room.
So we know Quickman is in this room, if my memory serves, and he was also insanely weak to said Quick Boomerang. So this should be a really quick fight, all quickness considered.
That was a quick description.
Why, thank you. I like to be quick about it.
Okay. Siberian Bull definitely showing how speedy one can be in that battle. As Bob is now in the second half of Airman stage, and there's the item 2.
And Bob dealing with the sad reality of the Joe-friendly skies, as Buster and Mew, Sniper Joes, and even the mechs are gonna be blocking his way towards the Airman stretch, as Siberian Bull makes his way towards beginning Woodman stage.
Music is this? I can't identify it at all.
This is actually Bionic Commando. You don't hear this theme very much. I believe it's mostly for secret areas that you find in Bionic Commando. Duckfish, who's in chat, who's also a Bionic Commando runner, will probably shed some light on that as well.
Alright, Bob almost done with this portion of Ruckman minus Infinity. Just has to take out a few more Joes.
Siberian Bull making great use of the leash shield, one-shotting the frienders, who we also like to call hot dogs. It is making its way on top of the treehouse, where we saw Bob go through it. I wasn't paying attention, so now all focus on that to see what's actually up here. We got some lightning lords and some squirm makers.
And oh, Leaf Shield is a strong weakness to Metal Man there.
Dang, I missed it. Because one of the things that the randomizer does, there is a concept for weaknesses called Great and Ultimate Weaknesses. Both of them dealing massive damage for one Robot Master in conjunction to one weakness. If Leaf Shield is either one of those weaknesses for Metal, that is some great information for Bob to find out.
Yeah, 4 hits and Woodman was chopped up, literally. Sorry, Metal Man was chopped up.
If that was 4 hits, then that is more of a vanilla weakness strength. Great and Ultimate Weakness is basically 2-shot.
It was closer to 4.
But it's still good information to have for Siberian Bull is gonna do the no, he's not gonna do the weakness shuffle as we got a secondary Buster Weak Woodman and just pretty much chops him up into kindling.
And thus, Siberian is on the final Robot Master stage. Bob has to go through this one and then Crashman.
God bless Mega Man 04 music. Esperanto, one of my favorite intro stages in the series. But yeah, at this point, we're pretty much just treading familiar territory. Of course, Bob having the more interesting area as we got the Joe factory with all the Sniper Joes and the Joe mechs that are along the way. Oh yeah, that's right, we did have chickens in Quickman, didn't we?
I think we did. Hi there, chickens. Yes, we know you like to be featured. Now go run along now if you're not destroyed. Okay, these chickens are proving to be trickier than you'd think.
Well, you can kind of manipulate the movement patterns of the chickens. Not to mention you can anticipate when they jump because they do jump at a fixed time. But you pretty much just gotta study the chickens' movements in order to recognize all that.
Also, that Joe was balancing on practically one pinky toe on that platform on Bob's side. Gotta appreciate the balancing act.
Alright, so we got Bob we got both our runners into their respective boss rooms very soon.
And Bob already wants to take care of a weakness. Alright, encounters are nearly synced here, but will the defeats be? Oh my Siberian! I know Bubble Man is the mimetic weak Robot Master, but that's just pushing it! Come on!
Well, blame Bubble Man for not being horizontally balanced. Because one of the things you can manipulate in Bubble Man is that Bubble Man will only attack if he's horizontally aligned with you. If he's not horizontally aligned, he's not moving. And if you got a weakness or a stage layout similar to Quickman, you can really abuse it, just like Siberian Bull did.
Speaking of weaknesses, we are entering the Wily stages. We were just witness to some very fancy eyebrows, but we are soon going to be witness to a great big dragon. So chat, please tell me the general color scheme of the dragon along with what their weakness will be, and winner will get a shout out or something.
And I think I'll do the honors in starting us off with our guesses.
Go for it.
I'm always always got to do this at least once. So I'm going to pick my monochrome combination, mostly monochrome with blacks, whites, grays, any kind of color combination of that sort. And this time he's going to be weak. Let's see if we can get a back-to-back metal weakness.
Alright, I will go with the Mario colors, red, blue, and let's go with... this seed has been mean. Let's make it meaner. Air shooter.
Depending on how the air shooter works, it might not be as mean as you think, especially if it's a 3 tornado shooting air shooter. Having an air shooter for a Mega Dragon weakness can be pretty beneficial, surprisingly, but of course that's for the seed to decide.
Also taking a ride, you able to use item 2 at some parts in order to skip some of the ride.
We also see from Siberianbull9 at the very least that item 1 is stationary. Item 1 is the only item in the randomizer that has a randomized attribute as far as height, speed, duration, and just overall height itself.
So in other words, item 1 is carry. Got it.
Good comparison. I'm impressed.
Alright, guesses are over. What does our dragon look like?
I will take this.
Alright, gray with a pink belly. How about the weapon?
It's not trash, but I don't get my metal weakness.
No buster weakness.
It's not vanilla quick. The weakness hunt searches, and we're gonna be dousing our dragon this time around with bubble. So if you got bubble as one of your weaknesses, congratulations. We gonna reward you with some soap bubbles. I don't know.
All good. Did anyone in chat get kind of close? Well, I see a few weak to bubbles, and I see a few pinks, but I'm not seeing one with both. Anyway, oh, nice. The chandelier spikes are buster weak.
Yep, one of the great things about the randomization, the crushers are actually in the randomization pool as far as being susceptible to weapons this time around, instead of being 100% immune. So having that is quite a lovely and welcome change, or addition, whichever comes first. I'm just glad it's in there.
Alright, Bob taking out Flashman in Crashman's arena. And, well, this is an easy one to juggle.
A little bit of slow juggle since Metal Blade is not the actual weakness, but it still gets you off your hair, so whatever works.
And okay, I just double checked the chat again. Yeah, Squidman, congrats, you were effectively the closest. Unfortunately, I don't have a more traditional prize than a shout-out today, so here's your shout-out.
Bob dispatching his 8 rebels and starting his assault on the Wily Castle, going to Wily 1. Siberianbull is about to go into his Wily 2 boss fight against the Pico units. We're going to see if one of 3 weaknesses is going to be effective, or if even luckier, maybe find a buster weakness.
Well, it's not metal. Wait.
Trash is one of the weaknesses, but I think we found something much better.
Yeah, buster weakness, no need to worry about weapon energy. And there we go. We get to save our weapons for the next battle.
Just answering a question in chat about how Bull has the extended lead, it's more of a skill gap than any kind of bad play or style or anything. Siberianbull has a generally better overall randomizer time compared to Bobdedbuilder, but if the seed was to be a little crueler, the situation could have changed. But right now, the seed has been very kind to both our runners. Then Siberianbull, being the slightly better runner as far as skill set, is just pressing his advantage.
And suddenly, instead of the watermelon flavored water, now we're in actual water. I am confused.
I still want to drink water that would have Sniper Joe's in. Seems sketchy.
I wouldn't want to drink it either. I mean, I don't know if I would want to swim in it.
So we got Bob approaching the Mecha Dragon. We know that one of the weaknesses was Bubble. We're gonna see if Bob's gonna find another weakness. Meanwhile, we got Siberian Bull just a few screens away from the Guts tank. We're gonna see what weakness is gonna be in that regard.
Oh gosh, it is hard to see where base is there. There we go. I hope I actually pronounced it right this time.
Meanwhile, Siberian Bull is about to face his Guts tank. We're gonna see if he can find one of the two weaknesses as well. But like I said, if you're lucky, we can find a Buster weakness. And it's not a vanilla quick, but we find Bubble in this fight as well.
I will playing with Bubble. It's decently low energy usage, and we'll have plenty for the refights.
Meanwhile, on Bob's end, looks like we gotta say air shooter weakness. So you got some, Wolfman.
I was not expecting that. Okay, so Dragon has two weaknesses.
Yeah, for those unfamiliar with the number of weaknesses for the Wily bosses, excluding potential Buster weaknesses, the Mecha Dragon has two weaknesses. The Pico Pico units have 3 weaknesses. The Guts tank has 2. I'm sorry, I'm starting to draw a little bit of a blank. The Boo Beam turrets have 1 specific weakness, but it will not be the same weakness as the Crash Walls. The Wally Machine has up to 4 weaknesses, but 1 weakness will be locked from each other in between phases, while the Alien has 1 specific weakness.
I think either runner has found the wall weakness yet.
Nah, I think Siberian Bull found Quick as a weakness. No, it wasn't.
It's Crash. Bob just found it.
I was thinking of the first seed where Siberian Bull found Quick, but I saw you had it. What was the weakness for the walls again?
Crash it looks like, but at the same time, yeah, it was Quick for the first seed. Remember, this is a best of 3, by the way. But in this case, it's Vanilla Crash that's able to take out the walls. Ooh, that is a slow climb, and running out of item 3 energy. Ooh.
You lost those iframes to just barely make the maximum height to get through the frost and not fall right back down. Siberian Bull trying to deal with the rabbits that were in our anxiety rooms. Definitely not the kind of enemies you want to see, but utilize the item 1 to just damage boost and just go through those very clustered areas as he deals with crabs on the final stretch towards the Boo Beam turrets.
Now, I don't recall seeing a Siberian's energy, weapons energy, so this is going to be interesting. Yes, good idea to pick up health. I am a safety player. And, okay, we're good on weapon energy. Let's go.
Looks like he's going to start with Metal Blades again. Will we be back-to-back metal? Nope, not back-to-back metal. He checks the walls for Crash. And is indeed, as you said, Wolfman, Crash is definitely the wall weakness, so it's not going to be the Boo Beam weakness. So that means we're going to be searching for what exactly is going to be that turret's weakness. As Bob busters his way through the Pico fight on his way to Wally 3.
Let's see, it's not Buster. Going for Atomic Fire. Slow shot, no good. Oh, air shooter.
Air shooter making the rounds this seed, doing some work. As Siberian Boy uses it to his full advantage and dispatches each turret, and now he's on his way to the boss rush.
Alright, what tune will we be rocking to for the next few minutes? Sparkman?
Yeah, it's a bit of a different pitch of Sparkman, but it's definitely Sparkman's theme.
Yeah, I'm used to pitch shift tunes. Let's just say I've been exposed to more than a few, let's just say alternative forms of music. And, Flashman is trying to, participate in a marathon run, but, no good there. And, oh, okay, those metal blades shoot out very fast, and yeah, they're hard to see.
Bob's gonna take his shot at the Guts tank. We know that Bubble is a weakness, but we don't know if he's gonna find Bubble and find something else. Nope, he finds Bubble and should be dispatching the Guts tank very shortly, as Siberian Bull should be closing in on halfway through his boss rush.
I would heal up. There we go.
Being the veteran that he is, he does the long-standing role of making sure you always use your E-tanks when you think you need them. Do not hold back. You got a race to run.
All right, Crashman. Not a strong weakness to Metal Blade, but doing damage.
Yeah, gotta make sure to have your anti-airs ready. As now we're gonna see, he should be going back to the Buster. The Buster was a soft weakness, so this should be a very standard Heatman fight.
Well, as standard as one gets with a slightly slower charge and projectiles that go all the way up.
Yeah, that's what I said, a standard fight.
And H. Bison is defeated. Final Robot Master, Woodman.
Who, if I recall correctly, was also Buster Soft Weak, so this should be an equally as quick match. So the question once again is our machine gonna be Buster immune or not?
Uh-oh, Bob has to be careful. Ooh, gets through the anxiety room. At least the first one. And yes, it is a Buster Weak Wily machine. But,
Now, go
there
ahead.
you go. You can take it now?
Yeah, I was about to say, it was nothing. It's just gonna be just a mention of yet another standard Wily machine fight. Buster Weak, very quickly dispatched by Siberianbull9. And going to Wily 6 on the stretch to Victory Road, where once again we're gonna see how our aliens gonna act. As Bob is having a little bit of issue dealing with these rabbits in this one room. He's surviving right now, but we gotta see if he oh boy!
That's not good. Ouch! If I was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I would be going, my toe, my toe! Also, I'm hearing Bubble Man's theme. Did Siberian just switch to the Bubble Beam as like some sort of subtle foreshadowing thing?
No, that was one, it's Airman, and two, that just happens to be what the randomizer does.
Right.
But anyway, let's see what we're gonna have for the alien. We're gonna have a little bit of a blue, purple head, mostly green body. But what's more important is we're gonna have a find ourselves a weakness. And it's definitely not second page we find a Buster Weak.
And
So,
go ahead.
but it was easy mode from the get-go, as Siberian Bull wins this match and wins the overall matchup 2-0 over Bobdedbuilder with official SRL time of 33 minutes and 6 seconds, which according to the SRL race bot is the race improvement, a race PB by about 51 seconds.
I mean, for as chaotic as this seed has been, I mean, Siberian Bull was able to put in the work and make it happen. Now, all we gotta do is see if Siberian wants to join for an interview.
Well, for right now, Siberian Bull is going to take a little bit of a bio break. He should be coming in a little bit so we can discuss how his feelings about his seeds go. But in the meanwhile, we're going to see if Bob's able to recover from a pretty nasty spill in this next screen that's coming up with all the rabbits.
We may be a, super fighting robot, but we are no Elmer Fudd. We have to do this the long and hard way. Okay, I thought that one platform was not going to be high enough on those spikes there.
Well, right now, Bob is in a very dangerous state. He really doesn't have any good items to survive the rest of the area with. So he had to be really careful for the rabbits to be in an area where he doesn't get sniped off. Fortunately, everything was right in the world, and Bob was able to get by a very, very dangerous situation.
And now we no longer should need any of the items because, well, we're out. I mean, admittedly, maybe having an item 1 is helpful in the turret room, but it's not absolutely necessary.
I kind of want to see. Oh, I was concerned about his crash energy, but looks like his crash energy should be fine. The only thing he just needs to worry about is finding a way to get to these other areas, because without any items, he's gonna have to do some very tight corner jumps in order to get to the higher areas.
And with that, we have Siberian Bull in the commentary booth. GG.
Thank you, thank you. That was a race PB for me. Almost an actual PB too.
Yeah, sounds like you had a pretty good run, 2 runs overall. So, go ahead, tell us about your experience with DCs today.
I thought the first one was terrible for me personally. Just a few hiccups here and there. Number one, that was almost a vanilla dragon again. Thursday we had a total vanilla dragon. The only thing not vanilla about that dragon was its joints and its weakness. Number two, that is also the 3rd race in a row where I ended up using Leaf against Pico. So there's that.
So you've been relatively lucky with the Pico weaknesses thus far. So, of course, I'm pretty sure you ain't gonna be complaining about that.
I think anybody would complain about having Leaf as a weakness for Pico. I will say I'm glad I've been working on my backup strats for Anxiety Room 3, especially in the second one. Especially both seeds were terrible for the Anxiety Rooms with Chanky Makers in the first one, and then the Rabbits in the second one. The Rabbits being the worst, I think, in the turret rooms. So I'd been working on doing the item 1 backup strat instead of trying to quickly get through with item 2. That just generally does not end up working out for me.
That 3rd anxiety room, Elmer Fudd would have been thrilled for that situation, but that room made both of us nervous. That probably made all the chat nervous too.
Yeah, I was actually the only thing I was really worried about was whether or not my iframes would stay intact when I went through the screen transition, because sometimes when it's laggy like that, that could end up being a death for no reason.
Yeah, you're talking about delay scroll. One of the odd things about delay scroll, you need a specific amount of lag in order to have that occur, because the thing about delay scroll is that once you get to a transition point, sometimes, depending on the amount of lag, the transition point won't transition, and as a consequence, it will act like you're falling into a pit. So fortunately, in Siberian Bull situation,
both
that
seeds really
didn't happen.
Both seeds really. So how about that Metal Man fight in Aaron this second seed, where his blades were actually they were black, which matched the background color. So it's amazing that I didn't take as much damage in that fight as I should have probably.
Yeah, we actually got to see those black blades during the rematches. It was something I noted. Yeah, the speed could have been much worse if those were slow blades and more numerous in number. It could have been a much more interesting fight, don't you think?
Absolutely. Let's see. What else? Oh, the Joe Army was enforced in this second seed. Thank goodness I had that quick boomerang.
Didn't realize that we randomized ourselves into Rockman minus infinity there.
Tell me about it. I'm just glad quick boomerang was working on them, because for most of the second seed, I ended up putting that boomerang to work.
Keeping tabs on Bob as he continues on his boss rush. He finds the weakness in Air Shooter, but in this particular seed, he was Buster South weak, so doing this is kind of redundant. especially since he doesn't know if air might have been a weakness for any of the preceding bosses. But he's on his final robot master right now, which is what man about to come into the Wily machine just shortly.
Also, Siberian, did you have to take out Bubbleman like you did in that first battle? It was like, Bubbleman was doing nothing.
Anytime he is on that elevated platform, yes, I do have to do that to Bubbleman because it's for the masses. They enjoy a good laugh.
Yeah, I think they enjoyed my reaction as well to that. I was like, wow.
Oh, right. First seed. I had that double kill against Woodman, which was like, oh, thank goodness that happened.
Yep, I noticed that too. Oh, all right, Bob.
Sorry.
Bob is finally ready to take on the alien. Go ahead.
Much like baseball, the tie goes to the runner. Let's see, what else? Trying to remember anything else that was interesting.
And for those wondering about Bob not refilling, yeah, the alien was weak to the Buster today. So in this case, it's not going to matter.
Yeah. Imagine if I picked Buster first. It could have been an actual PB, but it would have been very close. It would have been right on the line, too, because he would have to transition and I would have to mash immediately, but I'm happy with the result either way.
Anyway, we got Bobdedbuilder taking on the alien. G to him, finishing off with second place time of 41 minutes and 57 seconds. So GG's on a very good couple of sets on Bobdedbuilder's end. But of course, like we mentioned before, it doesn't win today as Siberian Bull does take the match 2-0 against Bob. So we should be able to have Bob coming in for his interview in just a moment.
Well, GG's to Bob. Well, I guess for me, this is the end of group stages, as I will be moving on, and joining us now is Bob. GG's, Bob.
Thank you. I felt that last race was a bit more closer, and I'm sure everyone else can agree on that one.
Anxiety rooms. They get everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stupid bunnies. Yeah.
Yeah, the rabbits kind of hit you hard on that one, taking that unfortunate that you were trying to salvage it with the item one, but the item ones didn't want to seem to cooperate with you.
Nope.
Hey, just remember in the first race in SRL, I typed it in before stationary item 1. Wasn't the first seed, ended up being the second seed.
You cursed us, how dare you.
I blessed myself, thank you, sir, because I ended up getting through that room with the item 1.
I tried to.
All the cursing you do in my Twitch room, it's about time.
What a
So I believe Bob has Krebel Star left as far as group stages.
I don't know if he's scheduled it already. I've actually been busy, but we plan on Thursday night, 5 p.m. Mountain MDT. Baby Rage. I'm here, precious. Hold on.
I don't see it on the schedule yet. I know he's scheduled with Gouda, and that's tomorrow.
I guess I'll schedule it when I get a minute.
So yeah, with these races right now, Siberian Bull, you are pretty much 100% secure, pretty much sweeping the entire Group B and pretty much set to go to the bracket phases. Looking a little bit ahead, what are your expectations for the bracket phases as you wait for the actual seedings to start?
Well, I'm hoping to have a good showing in bracket stages. I don't know. Of course, we're a long way before that, but I hope I get matched up well and I don't get matched up with our tournament champions because I feel like that'd be an early exit for me.
Well, it probably won't be as early as double elimination, but still, the fact of the matter is, yeah, you don't want to mess with the hard hitters early on. They'll already set you back just immediately. That's something no one will want. I know I wouldn't, and I'm not in this tournament this year.
But aside from that, I'm considering how well these races have gone for me in the tournament so far. I'm feeling pretty confident, but I feel like anyone I could get matched up, any given seed, I probably have a good chance of taking them. But it's all a matter. But it'll also come down to a matter of luck, the race, the seed itself, and how my opponent handles the seed themselves.
Well, in the meanwhile, Bob, right now your chances aren't looking very good as far as continuing on to the bracket phases, but first and foremost, you still done a pretty good showing. But second of all, you still got one more race left. What's your hoping coming into this final matchup as your stint in Group B is about to come to an end?
Quite honestly, I didn't expect to go anywhere. So if I win this next match, great. If I lose, oh well.
Wolfman, do you have any other questions for our two runners as we're heading close to signing off?
I do not. A GG to both of you.
All right, so looking forward, we got ourselves quite a number of Mega Man 2 randomizer matches that are coming up within the current weeks. So we're gonna just focus on the ones that are currently scheduled. Let me refresh and make sure there are no extras that are in the way. So our next matchup is gonna be tomorrow, July 20th at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight between Gouda and Treble Star. On Tuesday, July 24th at 4 p.m. Eastern, it's gonna be Ari Spishi. I'm pretty sure I already butchered all that. But
hey, I've butchered many tunes already. Feel free.
Thank you for your condolences. But he's gonna come against Square One on July 22nd, also at 4 p.m. Eastern. Our tracker, thank you, Common Center, for tracking, by the way. He's gonna be going against Metalo in a high stake Buster only matchup in this one of the ones I'm gonna be most looking forward to watching. Also on the 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern is going to be Square One versus Charlie Boy. And finally, our final scheduled matchup that we have currently is going to be on Thursday, July the 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern between Crab Cakes and Iraq Vet. So we still got quite a bit of randomizer action in store, and we still got several that's going to be on the way that's still yet to be on the schedule as group phases continue on. So with that, Wolfman, you have any more closing remarks before we end this thing?
It was an honor to work with you. This is definitely a different type of game than I normally call, but hopefully I can try to help out with future ones. But until then, stay safe, everyone, and keep on grooving.
And with that, for Speed Gaming, of course, shout out to Speed Gaming for allowing us to host the event. Charlie Boy, tournament organizer. SRL for being the medium of which we have our races set up. GG's to our runners, Siberian Bull and Bobdedbuilder. For Wolfman 2000, this is your boy LV Creed. Keep your eye on the Speed Gaming channels for further Mega Man 2 randomizer action. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, where you ever may be in this world of ours, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye, everyone.
Take care, folks.
Enjoy.